All right. All right. All right. All right. We are here. We are here. I said we for a reason that will come by, that will come, that will manifest itself shortly. I said it there. Manifest itself shortly. So, hey, I'm Sekou. I'm the host of Get Rich 101, and I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. That means that I survived a very serious stroke. I won't get into all the percentages today, but it was a very serious stroke. So, that said, I want to give a shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space to grow, to grow, to grow. And I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial trainer, a physical trainer. I'm not any of these things, but you can bring them to your personal trainer, your personal financial trainer. If you don't have one, you can get you one. And here's Speed King. Here's Speed King. Here's Speed King. Hey. So let me talk about why I got the towel on.
You got that towel on?
This towel. So I was downstairs with my mom, chilling. We were just chit chatting, and she's like, you need to you need to run. And I was like, no, I don't need to run. And she was like, yeah, you do. You look at the time. And I looked at the time. And I was like, well, wait. And it took me a while to get it. I was like, wait. 8:15, the time difference, 8:15, 8:30, everything. So anyway, I did it. I decided I was going to run then. Thank you, B. Decided I was going to run then. And so I ran out to do it. And I ran outside and I did it. And I ran the whole way. And I got to check my stats to see how fast it was. But I ran the whole way. And then I got back. Again, I'm chit-chatting with Mom. And she was like, what are you going to do about trading? And I was like, I got time. I got plenty of time. But I looked and it was already trading. And I was like, oh, so I let it go. I was like, I'm going to let it go. So anyway, that's what happened.
It is amazing how 1 hour time difference. Good morning, by the way. It's your local fitness go-to girl feed king, the body and bank architect, and this guy's co-host again, 2 times in 1 week.
Two times in 1 week.
2 times.
2 times in 1 week.
So he just asked me. One of the things that we're not learning this because we know this, but we're embracing last minute. We're embracing releasing the need to feel properly prepared all the time. Thanks to Brad. Thanks to Brad and his last minute barbecue invites in New York City.
Yeah, right.
And when we don't prepare, we have so much fun when we just show up as ourselves and just ease into the event. When you asked me 8, 9, 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Actually, it was 15 minutes because I was like, I need to put on some makeup. I need to do something. And so, what was I saying?
So anyway, I wanted her on because I wanted her to talk about what happened last night. What happened last night? Last night was so amazing. So I wanted to have her on and talk about it. Just a reminder before we go off. What we did last night is we went to the graduation ceremony for Mini College. And that's an event where 3 years ago, I lost
You had a stroke.
I had a stroke in front of everyone.
On stage. In front of the children.
Yes. And so it was very important to me to come and let the children see me stand up and be accounted for. Yeah. So
I just want to say good morning to my cousin Terrell in Omaha, Nebraska. Good morning, Terrell. Good morning to all of you out there on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Last night, there's something to be said when you make a commitment and you commit to your commitment. Let me say that again. When you make a commitment and you commit to your commitment.
Yes.
It is so easy. Because life is happening for all of us. We all have the same amount of 24 hours. Yeah. Life is happening. Sekou could have said, I'm not able to make it.
Listen, you're talking about
we should go back to the airport situation, huh?
We're talking about traveling. from New York to Nashville every
together
year,
but separate. Yeah, and yes, we made
Yes.
this commitment to do this every year. And some things happened last night that really solidified that for me and the importance. And I don't know. I think it's the same.
I gotta say this one thing. No, I gotta say this one thing. I just gotta say this one thing. One thing before she gets going. We were walking up to the church. Walking up to the chapel. Walking up to the chapel.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting settled. And I'm just getting, cleaned up. And then there's this woman who's waving towards me, right? Waving towards me, and let me find her picture. Yeah, here's the picture. All right, so,
You got all those pictures of me drinking.
Oh, yeah. that was watermelon juice, by the way. Watermelon juice.
Fresh squeezed watermelon juice. I tell you, they do it different in the South, and I'm here for it. They do it different in the South. So we're talking about being here in Nashville, celebrating the 409. This is going to be our annual trip, our annual celebration to give back to the Fisk University community and the community of Nashville. And let me tell you something about these Nashvillians. They show up and show out in support. That chapel was packed.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
It was packed. And so this is the picture for those of you that can't see on Instagram. Check it out.
I'll share it on Facebook on my channel.
So this woman, she waved, and I waved back like a little cautious wave because I was like, and then she got close. I was like, I know you, right? I know you. And she wasn't saying anything at first. And then she got up close to me. She said, yeah, you know me. And I said, well, something I said, where'd I know you from or something. And she said, I was one of the people standing over you. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I was one of the people who was over you, trying to help you get on your feet, when you had the stroke. And I was like, woo! That took a lot out of me. So I kept on referring to it.
Young girl. And I thought she was one of the kids. I thought 3 years ago, she was one of the many college students because she looks really young. Like she could have been 12 years old 3 years ago. Yeah.
But anyway, she really, her memory, I could see her memory on her face. And that took me back. And that took me back to that time. And I was like, woo. And she referred me to something that I didn't even remember. Still don't remember.
And what was that?
Of her being over me, trying to get me up. And she said she remembered it vividly, like it was yesterday. Anyway.
So it was nice to connect with her.
Yes.
It was nice to connect with so many of the parents and the students, new students who may not have recalled, because we also have to remember that it's 3 years ago and we looked different. Kids, we're aging in a way where kids might not be able to catch up with our process. We're not getting old though. We're just aging. We're just aging with easy grace. So what happened for me, several things happened, but the first thing that happened for me is my understanding of what mini college is. I always thought mini college was a lead up to going to university. And yes, it is that. I believe that this program, which is a highly decorated, well put together, strong machine running camp, summer camp. However, they're planting the seed of what university life can be for you at an HBCU. And I thought, oh my goodness, this university, Fisk University, is an HBCU. It is a historical university on the north side of Nashville.
North side of Nashville, historically Black college university.
And it's right across the street from the low income housing. I was saying to Sekou, I said, if I lived there, looking at this institution would be such a source of inspiration. It would be a no-brainer. Like I remember growing up in Omaha as a kid on 2 different occasions when I'm maybe, let's say 7 or 8, we lived down the street from one of the most highly decorated high schools. It looked like Capitol Hill. It's called North High.
Okay. And
as a little girl, I was like, I'm going to that school. That's where I'm going. I'm going to that school. When I was 12, we moved to another area again, right down the street, just on another, like southwest side, we'll say.
Mm.
And I would run and play up the hill, ride bikes, roller skate, and I would look at this school like it was God.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'm going to this school.
Wow.
I didn't. My sister, because we moved again, I was in a different school district. And so as I'm looking at where the university is located, I'm thinking, this school is it's in the perfect place to just plant the seed of what's possible.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that happened for me.
Okay.
The second is really, really understanding the work that Sekou was doing with kids before his stroke for years.
And sidebar, I did not remember doing this with these kids. Like, it took me almost 3 years for me to actually remember that, yes, I was teaching classes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was doing this with these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
And not only these kids, you were also doing this with Transformation Life Center, Demetrius Short's nonprofit. You would go in and be a part of his Black and Brown reading program.
Yes.
So for me, it was like the importance of sowing into the next generation, not just for the African American community, but for the whole United States of America and for the world. These kids are the next generation.
Yeah.
And it is our responsibility to pour into them, to share the stories, to uplift them, to educate them, to inspire them, and more importantly, to equip them with the tools to be successful in a way where we didn't have the tools. And it's not because our parents didn't do a great job. It's because it didn't exist. Like, there's a level of awareness around abundance, living an abundant life, not just monetarily abundant, but creatively abundant, spiritually abundant, abundant in your health, abundant in the knowingness that you have the freedom to move about the country in whatever way you want. The performances, I mean, I was like, I will not cry. I will not cry. I will not cry.
She jumped up. She jumped up and started recording things. I was like, what is
like
happening?
I'm a parent. Like I'm a parent.
Like she's a parent. She jumped right up, started recording. Let me find her photo.
Ooh, I want some more of that fresh squeezed watermelon juice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, while I'm finding this photo.
Yeah, and so, Mrs. Walsh, Karen Walsh, right?
Janet
Walsh.
Janet, yeah.
And so, what happened for me is the sense of urgency, not being in a rush, but the sense of urgency to remain committed to the commitment of educating, empowering, inspiring young people around fitness, finances. So one of the young boys in the graduation ceremony, his name is Ethan. I believe it's Ethan.
There's me jumped up. She jumped up and started recording.
I was the videographer.
She was on it. She was on it. I was like, oh. Anyway, yeah, and what she's about to tell you is about these kids. But she threw me under the bus. I was like, I wasn't ready. I was like, oh, and now they got me ready to do this for these kids. But anyway, let me let her finish.
And when he says, I believe when you say these kids, all of the kids.
Yeah, all the kids.
All of the kids. So if you're a parent right now, if you're an uncle, Terrell, if you're an auntie, if you're a grandma, great grandma, this conversation is for the young people in your life that you love.
Yeah.
So the young man's on stage and he's looking good.
Yeah.
He's got his hair blown out.
Yeah.
He's a multidisciplinary artist. You can tell.
Yeah.
But as the program went along, we saw he draws, he sings, he dances.
I mean, the kid is doing everything.
and he looks
everything
like a fashion, guy.
Yeah. Got the nice loafers on.
Right.
I was like the shoes.
And he's an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So
we didn't learn that until the end.
We didn't learn until the end. We're leaving. Yeah. It's like dusk, and it's so beautiful in Nashville. Yeah. It's so quiet. You can hear the birds, of course, but it's those insects that
cicadas.
Cicadas.
Yeah.
Ooh, it sounded even different from from East Coast cicadas, but
Yeah.
and I could hear the grasshoppers and the
And
lightning
bugs.
the
Lightning bugs. Those are cute.
Last night we saw a skunk in Sekou's backyard.
Yeah, skunk was out there.
I've never seen a skunk in person in real life.
She was standing out looking out the window. We were staring at the skunk.
I mean, you would have thought
Funny.
I've lived in the city all my life. I was like, and it was so beautiful. The skunk was so pretty.
It was very pretty, very pretty.
We come outside, and of course, we're thirsty. They were selling these things before, and I said to them, we'll come back out, hoping that was going to happen, and it did. And I noticed that one of the kids they were selling lemonade, pineapple, and watermelon juice, fresh squeezed. I had the nerve to say, do you have any sugar-free? I bet they're like, girl, bye. You don't get on somewhere with that. And I said to the young man, as we're ordering the juice, I said, and I was doing my best not to get emotional.
But she gave the boy all these she chose him. That's the way I put it. She chose him for something bigger and bigger and bigger.
And I said to him, I feel like I'm experiencing what adults experienced the first time they saw Michael Jackson perform.
Mm-hmm.
And if they got an opportunity to see Michael Jackson in his 20s as a performer, in his 30s, I said, it was like they could say, I saw him when I knew he was going to be a mega star.
She said all this to the boy.
I did.
All this to the boy, yeah.
And I didn't know that the two women on the sides were his parents.
Right.
And I asked him how old he was. He said 12. I said, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your gift. And I look for, and I know his last name is Freeman. I want to say, Ewing Freeman. Ethan Freeman. Yes, that is his name. I'm going to write it down. And he was so polite. And he and his first cousin are in business together. And so I asked them to introduce their business because it's important that we get really comfortable. Like, it's second nature to share with people who you are and what you do and why you do it. Who are you? What do you do? And why you do it? And then it dawned on me. I said, wait a minute. The mom said that this is their summer business. Yeah. And I said, Sekou should share with them what they need to do with the money because no one. There aren't enough of us saying to young people, I know you're making money and I know you want to buy the new sneakers, the new outfit.
Right.
Do that too. But let that not be the most important thing.
The most important thing.
And so I said to Sekou, I asked the parents, I said, is it okay?
And I was like, what? Me now?
Me, the expert money whisperer?
Right.
The one who's dropping his book, Little Sekou's First Dollar, gets to implant into these young people what they need to do with the money. What do you do with the money? And so Sekou writes, take it away. What did you tell the young folks?
So I told them, I thought for a second about what would be the simplest thing. The simplest thing. The simplest thing I thought of was save 10%. I made sure they knew how to. You
said put 10% aside.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference in saving.
Oh, well, yes, right. But
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But I said to put 10% aside and make sure they knew how to calculate 10%.
Oh, and they
was easy with it.
They knew. If you asked me at 12 years old, 10%, I would have just left.
And so they had that. And so I was like, you got to get that piece of money and set it aside. And then I was talking about it with my mom last night, and I was like, where can a kid go to put their money into the bank? And she was like, you had one? I set up an account for you. I was like, what? And so it's a matter of repetition, and that's basically what I said.
And also, I want to add, good morning, Patty. I want to add that when I said to the young man, I said, if you do this now at the age of 12, by the time you are 18, and if you decide to go to college, you'll be fine. I said, but if you do this until the age of 40, you could potentially be a millionaire 10 times over.
Oh, that's what she said. Now the parents react to that.
The parents
react to it. Whoa,
the
hey,
parents,
now they got that.
They said,
maybe the kids didn't, but the parents did.
How can we get your book?
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to also say is, again, it's a level of awareness to the potentiality of money. And while saving has its place, absolutely. One of the things that we didn't learn is investing. I know for me, when I investing and growing, like those are very intimidating words. Invest, but I might lose. But what if you win? Like, what if your mind is not, I'm going to win? There's always going to be losses and ebbs and flows in life, period. But instead of thinking about the risk, think about the reward. When I was that young,
you can think about the reward. Think about the reward.
Yes. When I was that young man's age, he told, because I asked him how old he was 12. I had my first job working in a restaurant at 12.
Wow.
I had my first saving. Yeah, I've said this. Yeah, babe. At 12. Wow. First cafeteria in West Omaha. So from my folk in Omaha, Nebraska, shout out. Let me know if you remember first cafeteria my mom loved. They had a millionaire pie. It's called a millionaire's pie.
What?
My mother.
Millionaire's pie? That's cool.
She loved that millionaire's pie to the point where she would ask them what's in it. And every time we would go, they would give her a little more. She made that millionaire pie and it tastes better than First Cafeteria.
Wow.
And so I was familiar with First Cafeteria. And I wanted a job because I wanted cute clothes. My mom, the clothes she was buying, her taste was different from mine.
Okay.
And she said, yes. She said, if you get a job there, I will tell them you're 16 because I was tall. So my first job, I was 12 years old.
Wow.
I opened up my first account in my name. So I had a checkbook.
Wow.
With my name on it. I had a savings account with my name on it at Commercial Federal Savings and Loan on 30th and Ames. And so you would think that I would know what to do with money. Like
You would think. But the thing is, you have to remember, it's not about how much you make. It's about what you do with it.
Yes.
And we got to learn that. We got to learn that.
And not only do we got to learn that, but we are learning that, and we got to share it.
Oh, yeah.
And so what people decide to do with the information is up to them. But we planted the seed. And I tell you, that young man was listening.
Yeah.
He was listening.
And you know what I decided? Last night I could not go to sleep. I could not go to sleep. I was up because I was so wired from yesterday. And so I decided this is what I'm going to do. I am going to offer that kid free classes in enrichment, finance, development. Because I want to catch him. I saw him. I was like, I'm not sure if I got him. But I want him to understand that if he just set aside 10%, the world will open up for him.
And here's something else. I love that you're going to do that. I support that so much. Here's something else that parents can do for and with their kids. You can open up a custodial account at probably any brokerage firm. I don't know about a bank, but probably a bank. Look into it. It's a custodial account. I have one through Charles Schwab. I have one through Charles Schwab for my niece.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And what that means is you can transfer monies from any account that you have. And once you get a certain dollar amount in that custodial account, you can buy stocks from that account. And your loved one, your child, your niece, your grandchild, doesn't have access to the money until they're 18 or 21. So imagine if you have a newborn. Oh my goodness. Imagine a newborn if you put in $1 a week for 21 years. That's on a small scale.
And you've got to teach them at the same time because they can't just get the money and be like, oh, I got some money. I'm about to go get a car. No, you got to leave that money alone.
And teaching them the difference between appreciating assets and a car, which is a depreciating asset.
Assets.
And you know, it's the trappings of the shiny
Mm-hmm.
gold
Mm-hmm.
dangly
The things that caught me. The things that caught me. The things that I spend money on.
Yeah, the things that caught me. And
Yeah.
and not taking debt serious enough.
Yes,
you know,
for sure.
not valuing paying my bills on time consistently. All the things that we get to just teach them. And again, whatever you decide to do with this knowledge and this information is up to you. But you can't say, well, I didn't know. We can say there are a lot of things that we didn't know. This generation can say, you know what, we just didn't know. But when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
And so now that you're learning, because it's never too late, we're not too old, whether you're getting this knowledge in your 30s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, or your 80s, as long as you still have revenue, you can still make money and you can still grow money.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I just want to make one thing clear in case these kids see this video before I offer them. So I just want to make this clear because I didn't make it clear last night. So once you make the money, you have to be concerned with some money reaching back. See, because what you're doing is you're making money in the present. You're selling these watermelon shots, selling all these things. You got lots of money right now. But that's here, right? You need to put something here to reach back, because you're building two sides of you at the same time: the present tense and the future tense. And so if you just put just 10%, I mean, you got 90% to play with. But if you just put 10% away, I'm not going to talk about where, but just put 10% away, and you can win.
And away where you don't, and I shared this with him. Yeah. I said, you don't want to put it away in a jar at home where you have access to it, where if something comes up, let me just dip into my... And his aunt, I saw her nodding her head like, because it's tempting. Yeah. I mean, last night, if I had my fanny pack with me, I would have paid cash for the juice versus credit. And it's because the cash is there, you'll spend it easily. Versus if you have monies in an account that's digital, but you can't it's not a Cash App, right? It's not a Venmo where you have direct access to it. But Sekou will get into more detail about where you can put your money in a digital place where you don't have immediate access. Yes, you will have access, but not immediate. It's not instantaneous. And that's what's really important to know.
Set up a few barriers between you and your money, and the knowledge to know that you're building something back.
For your future self.
Yeah, for your future self to reach back to you.
Yeah.
Ashe.
That's good.
Yeah.
The other thing, Sekou Writes' book, his 2 books that are coming out. Who has 2 books coming out at the same time?
Me. Yeah.
And so they're going to be on pre-order tomorrow. You can pre-order them. We will be posting the link. It's on KDP. So many of
on Amazon.
KDP. Okay, Amazon.
Amazon.
Sorry. Yes, on Amazon.
Yeah.
And so we'll be dropping the link all weekend. The book is going to drop sometime this month, but you can get it on pre-order.
Yeah.
And which is supremely important.
Yeah.
You can do the ebook, or the paperback will not be pre-order. You cannot do a pre-order paperback, but the ebook, yes. And so if you are a nonprofit, if you work with young people in the community, if you have children yourself, please get either or both. Get Rich 101 for the family. Get Sekou's first dollar, little Sekou's first dollar for your kids. If you are a teacher, if you are a summer school teacher, if you are a year-round teacher, a counselor, this book is a game changer. I promise you. I promise you.
That's really great. So thank you, Fee.
Thank you, Sekou Writes.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And I'm just so excited about yesterday and the energy that spurred into me to finish these books and to move my new step towards teaching finance to kids. Like, that's my new step. And P. King pushed me in it. Said, here you are, go. And I was like, oh. And now I'm thinking more about things I could have said and would have said. So I'm thinking more about it. So I'm going to offer those kids the lessons for free.
Yeah, I love that. And like Rep Melissa would say, go, ready, set.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Ready?
that order.
No. Ready, set, no.
Go.
Go, ready, set.
Yeah, because sometimes if we do ready, set, go, we'll never go because we're stuck with getting ready.
Right.
Go. Let's go.
Right. And that's why that's my
mantra.
My mantra. What's my mantra?
Now
is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. I couldn't get it right there. But hey, Patty, good of you check in. And and we are out.
We are out. We are about to. I was going to go outside and work out, but it's hot, so we're going to go to the community center and see if we can work out in the gym over there. So have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful weekend, and keep being mindful. Or if you're not already mindful, start to be mindful that you can grow in every area of your life, or whatever area you feel like you need to grow at any age and stage of life. You can literally grow from where you are.
All right. We're out, folks. Later.